Hey there everyone, how's it going? My name is Damriel and welcome to part 2 of patch 6.0 discussion and overall review. And this is the second part. Today we're going to cover the class changes and a lot of them, which is why I had to split up the video into 2 parts, because a 30-minute part 1 is a little ridiculous, so why make it 52 minutes long? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and discuss all the class changes. Death Knight. That's all you Death Knights out there. Blood Boil damage has been increased by 50%, but no longer deals additional damage to targets affected by Blood Plague or Frost Fever. Alright. Heart Strike damage has been increased to 30%, but no longer deals additional damage to each disease present on the target. Alright, it's pretty serious changes. Obliterate now deals 25% more damage on both main and offhand weapons, but same effect. Scourge Strike no longer deals additional damage for each disease present on a target. The build now deals 50% of physical damage dealt as an additional shadow damage. The effect can critically hit and no longer ignore modifiers. Alright, so those are some pretty serious changes, meaning that rather than making determining how much damage they're going to do depends on how many diseases are applied, they actually just increase more damage and take away that extra disease bonus. Probably because if let's say several Death Knights would put up disease on one target and one Obliterate would hit for like 300k, maybe a crit or something. Alright, some of the different things they added for them is Unholy Might for Unholy, bonus change from 35% to 10%. Alright, that's quite a nerf actually. That's a little interesting, but at the same time, remember, everybody's getting nerfed, so they're trying to smooth out the playing field. Everybody is getting nerfed. Your class is not the only one getting nerfed, trust me. Heart Strike now only cleaves one additional target instead of 2. Death Strike now also heals the scale, causes healing that scales in effectiveness with attack power increases of based on damage taken in last 5 seconds. This healing is affected by resolve. Whoa. Causes healing that scales in effectiveness with attack power. Okay, so now Death Strike is like Death Strike's heal is in relation to how much attack power you will have. Blood Rights now causes Death Strike to also cause and absorb for 50% of the amount healed. Not bad. Rune Tap now grants an absorption shield that scales in effectiveness with attack power instead of health based on percentage of maximum health. It also now has 2 charges with 30 seconds recharge rate. Alright, Will of Necrosis now grants an immediate charge and makes your next Rune Tap free. However, the damage reduction buff will now only last 4 seconds, down from 8. Alright, that's some pretty serious changes for Death Knights. Mastery of Bloody Shield now increases the effectiveness of Blood Shield and Rune Shield by 16%. Percentage increased by Mastery instead of adding the Blood Shield effect. Repose has been redesigned. After getting a critical strike with an auto attack or rune strike, you gain 100% parry chance until you parry an attack. This can stack up to 2 times. Not bad. So it means in raiding and in PvP, this could be actually pretty viable. Dancing Rune Weapon summons Rune Weapon now remains fixated on Death Knight's target at the time of summoning and copies the effects of talents that are tied to the Death Knight, such as Blood Boil, Frost Fever, and Asphyxiate. Should the original target be dead or otherwise unavailable, the Rune Weapon will switch to assist with the Death Knight's current target. Alright, not bad, not bad. Let's go ahead and cover more. Death Pact no longer requires an undead minion, instead places a heal orb on you for 50% of the one healed. That is really good. Whoa, that is really good. For Unholy Death Knights, that is extremely awesome. Anti-Magic Shell restores 2% or 2 runing power per 1% of maximum health absorbed. That's actually pretty good. That's a pretty good buff. Sorry, I'm having troubles talking. I don't know why. Alright, Druid. Survival Instincts is now available to all Druid specializations. Awesome. Survival Instincts now reduce damage taken by 70%, up from 50. With a 2-minute cooldown, and for Feral and Guardian specialization can have up to 2 charges. Whoa, dude, Druids got a major buff. Wow, good job, Druids. Damn. Guardian Druid's Mastery, Nature's Guardian, has been replaced with a new mastery, Primal Tenacity. Primal Tenacity causes Druid to gain a physical absorb shield equal to 16% of the attack's damage when they are hit by a physical attack. Not bad, actually. Kind of the same thing that Death Knights have, isn't it? It's pretty good, not bad. Alright, let's cover more changes. Auto attacks now generate 5 rage, down from 10.9. It's okay. Lacerate now generates 10 rage, has no cooldown, but no longer has a chance to reset Mangle. Kind of a buff and a nerf, equals out the playing field. Thrash now generates 2 rage every time it deals direct or periodic damage, has no cooldown, but no longer has a chance to reset Mangle. Fairy Fire no longer has a chance to reset Mangle, and Primal Fury now generates 5 rage, when you dodge or non-periodic critical strike. Alright, not bad. Mangle now regenerates 30 rage and its cooldown is reduced by haste. Not bad, that's actually pretty good. Bear Form no longer increases haste and crit from items by 50%, but instead causes haste to reduce the global cooldown. That's kind of like making it sort of like a Paladin, isn't it? Because now the haste can reduce cooldown. Not bad of a change actually, not bad. Pounce's damage has been increased by 100%. Primal Fury now also grants a combo point for area attacks that critical strike the Druid's primary target. Not bad. Lift of Savagery now grants a free 5 combo point Savage Roar when leaving Prowl, instead of allowing Savage Roar to be used with 0 combo points. Not bad, not bad, that's actually pretty good. Let's go on, talking about Tranquility. Tranquility now heals every party and raid member within range every 2 seconds for 8 seconds. It no longer places a periodic effect on each target. The total amount of healing it generates in raids should be approximately the same as before this change. Not bad. That's a pretty good change actually. I don't mind it. Swift Rejuvenation has been removed. Alright then. Swiftman no longer causes efflorescence. Instead, Wild Mushroom Restoration now causes efflorescence to appear at the mushroom's location. Alright, it's not really a buff or nerf, it's just a change of playing style. Alright, not too bad. Heart of the Wild no longer provides an increase to hit, chance, or expertise while active. It no longer increases stamina, agility, and intellect. Dream of Scenarios balance. Casting Healing Touch no longer increases damage bonus to the Druid's next Eclipse. Eclipse now causes the Druid's next Healing Touch to become instant cast and reset the cooldown of Star Surge. Feral, casting Healing Touch no longer increases damage of the Druid's next to melee abilities or increasing the healing of Rejuvenation. So pretty much, Druids are in a pretty good state. They have some slight changes. Bear is getting maybe slightly nerfed, just a little bit, not enough to like nerf down to the ground to be the worst tank ever. But overall, pretty good changes, especially with what is that ability? I just read about it. What is it? Survival Instincts. That is extremely good. That's a great cooldown for all Druids. I got a text message. Yeah, I'll get it later. Alright, continuing forward with the review. Alright, Hunter. This is going to be pretty interesting because this actually does matter to me. Aspect of the Pack no longer appears on the stance bar and is now on global cooldown. So, wait a minute. Also, Aspect of Cheetah no longer appears on the stance bar. Alright. I guess aspects are being taken off the stance bar. That's a change. Aim Shot now deals 20% more damage and no longer interrupts auto attacks. Okay, that's not bad. Dismiss Pet now ignores line of sight. Good. Hunter's Pets have now 1 second global cooldown. Not bad. Alright, I'm fine with that. Black Arrow's periodic effect now has a chance each time it deals damage to cause next 2 explosive shots to cause. Yep, already discussed that before. Explosive Trap now places a periodic damage effect on each target with a radius of explosion. That's a pretty good change. Wow, that's kind of I guess a buff with the taking away of the aspects. Alright, Mages. Presence of Mind is no longer a talent and instead learned by Arcane Mages. Alright. Evanescence is a new talent available at level 15. I actually saw that not long ago. I was doing some research on new talents and I actually saw that. Evanescence, fade into the nether, avoiding all attacks against you for 3 seconds. Whoa, so it's like the Shadow Priest. The Shadow Priests have like Void Shift, I think that's what it's called, where they just kind of float around this dark thing. That's pretty cool. Temporal Shield has been removed. Alter Time is now level 30 talent, replacing Temporal Shield. Okay, so Alter Time is now a talent. That's not bad actually. It's okay. Cold Snap now also resets the cooldowns of Presence of Mind, Dragon's Breath, and Evanescence. That's fine, considering that mages are only going to be able to stick to their own specs, like fire to fire, frost to frost, arcane to arcane, and they won't be able to use spells outside of that spec. Nether Tempest, Living Bomb, Frost Bomb are now available on a talent, so now just having a bomb is a talent, like a Mage Bomb. Nether Tempest is still same thing, Living Bomb is still same thing, Frost Bomb is still same thing, and allows Ice Lance effect if it hits. Unstable Magic is a new talent available at level 75. That one makes sure that Arcane Blast, Fireball, and Frostbolt have a 25% chance to explode on impact, dealing additional 50 damage as a cleave. The right level 75 talent slot is now filled by a new talent that varies by specialization. So at this point, like all it's doing is trying to make it so that each spec has their own specific talents, or like 1 or 2 or 3, like no more than 3, I think. And mages have something that, let's say, Frost will only get Supernova. No, wait, no, Frost will get Ice Nova, Fire will get Blast Nova, and Arcane will get Supernova. And they can choose that talent, and this talent will alter what it does depending on the spec. Like for Arcane, cause a pulse of arcane energy around the target enemy or ally, dealing arcane damage to all enemies within 8 yards, knocking them up. I'm guessing it's supposed to say knocking them down, because right now it says knocking them up. And if it knocks them up, that's a very, very perverted spell. Well, let's say Blast Wave does an explosion within 8 yards as well, and reduces the movement of characters. And Ice Nova does the same thing, except if the primary target is enemy, they take 100% increased damage from the blast, and replaces Frost Nova for them. Alright, let me see what else we got here. One of the most problematic talent roles in the game has been Mage level 90 role. Alright, so they have altered the level 90 as well. Invocation is now gone. That's not a thing anymore. Mirror Image is now level 90 talent, and it's still going to be the same thing. Rune of Power no longer replaces Evocation. Now longer increases mana regeneration, and now lasts 3 minutes. So the damage is there, it just doesn't increase mana or replace specific spell. Alright, not bad. Incanter's Ward has been removed and been replaced with Incanter's Flow, and that will make it so that your spell damage done by 5% per stack whenever you do damage. While combat, the magical energy builds up to 5 stacks over 5 seconds, and then diminishes down 1 stack over 5 seconds. So that kind of happens over and over again. So it's like a flux. So like extra damage, less damage, extra damage, less damage. So it's gonna be like that. Frost Armor grants 50% chance to multi-strike instead of 7 haste. Glyph of Icy Veins now causes Icy Veins to provide 75% chance to multi-strike. A bunch of changes to, let's say, like Shatter. And Shatter now multiplies critical strike chance by 1.5 instead of 2. Not really a lot of big changes for them, except just making it so that it's all spec specific. Just keeping it within their own spec. It's like keeping it in the family, kind of. I don't know. Okay, Monk. All abilities to Mistweaver now have 1.5 second global cooldown, which already been discussed with the healer. Let me see. Stance of Sturdy Ox and Fierce Tiger now also reduce the global cooldown of Monk's abilities by 0.5 seconds, which is not bad. Alright, Stance of the White Serpent no longer increases haste from items by 50%, not too bad. Focus on Harmony is a new passive ability for Mistweaver Monks. Focus on Harmony, haste effects lower the global cooldown of spells and abilities. Same thing for Druids. For the, I believe it was Bear Druids. There we go. Crackling Jade Lightning no longer generates Chi. Soothing Mist no longer generates Chi. It's, by the way, both of those two are for Mistweaver Monks. Thunder Focus T now causes the next renewing mist to jump up to 4 times. Used to cause the next uplift to refresh the duration of renewing mist. Alright, not bad. Healing Speed now heals an ally within 12 yards or 100%, up from 50% on the normal healing when they expire. Not bad, not bad. It's a pretty good change, if anything. After that, they kind of start talking about the stance of the Spirited Crane, which is a stance that will allow Windwalker monks, no, not Windwalker, Mistweaver, my bad, to actually do fist weaving. It's legitimate way for them to actually fist weave a specific stance that helps them regain mana every single time they fight and heal for the amount of percentage that they do damage with, which is kind of cool because you can now have monks that like to fist weave and monks that like to do what they're doing, just channeling. I personally kind of like the channeling one because I tried fist weaving and in this patch it's not that viable, but I'm excited for it, very excited for it. What else do we got? Transcendence Transfer no longer has energy or mana cost. Storm, Earth and Fire no longer have an energy cost and it's off global cooldown. Good. Touch of Death now usable on targets that have 10% or less health remaining. Not bad, not bad. Fist of Fury now also deals full damage to your primary target. Additional targets still affected by the damage split. Alright. And Glyph of Leer of the Ox now causes Black Ox statue to passively pulse a minor amount of threat to all enemies within 30 yards. That will help make sure that enemies are constantly charging towards the monk at all times. Not bad. Okay, Paladin. One of the ones I'm kind of being scared of, but whatever. Divine Favor now also increases all of Paladin's healing by 100% for its duration. Not bad. The Announcer's range has increased to 40 yards. Good. Hammer of the Righteous now deals 50% physical weapon damage. Whoa, up from 15 to 50. That's awesome! Hammer of the Righteous, hell yeah, to the primary target, but the primary target is no longer hit with the holy damage. Not bad, not bad. Seals no longer cost any mana, hell yeah. Stay of Execution, the holy version of Execution Sentence, that deals its healing in large bursts at first and decreases over time. Not bad, it's actually not bad, I'll be completely fine with that. Eternal Flame now deals 100% of the direct healing of Word of Glory up from 70, but only 50% as much periodic healing as before. Additionally, Bastion of Glory no longer affects the periodic heal. It's not bad. Extra healing initially, and overtime heal is not that bad. Nothing for me to worry about. Right, for Priest, we got Atonement now heals for 25% less than before, and Halo and Divine Storm now follow standard AoE capping rules. Which apparently there was some capping rules, whatever. Chakra Serenity now increases healing of single target spells by 10% down from 25. Ouch. Holy Ward Serenity now heals 40% more than before, not bad. Chakra Sanctuary now increases healing of air effect spells by 10% down from 25. Ouch again. Holy Ward Sanctuary now increases 60% more than before. And Rapid Renewal no longer reduces the global cooldown renew. It's kind of weird. Alright, not bad. So it's like some buffs, some nerfs. Okay, Shadow Priest Mastery. Shadow Priest Recall has been replaced with a new mastery, Mental Anguish, which increases damage of Mind Blast, Mind Spike, Mind Flay, and Mind Sear by 20%. So I'm pretty sure Shadow is gonna try to stack Mastery from now on, or do as best they can to stack Mastery, because that's a good buff. Wow, that's a good rework of the Mastery. I'm not sure about the original Mastery, but it's because I didn't really play Shadow Priest. I'm learning them, still learning. Prayer of Mending from multiple priests can now be on the same target and can be on multiple targets from the same priest. Awesome. Void Tendrils now have 10% of priest health, and damage dealt to the rooted target is now dealt to the Void Tendril itself. Alright, so if your friendlies are attacking the Void Tendril, they're attacking the target, they would actually be attacking the Void Tendril instead of the target, which is kinda bad, but you just gotta make sure that your teammates watch this kind of stuff. Angelic Feather, if cast on players, will always prefer the casting priest over others. So if, like, let's say a priest is stacked with a bunch of people, you will prefer the priest first and then will apply to whoever is on top or whatever. Holy Nova no longer available via Major Glyph, and is instead a Discipline Specialization spell. Alright, look at that, it's a pretty good buff. No more glyphs, no more Major Glyph slots to take up. Cascade, Divine Star, and Halo no longer heal allies, but instant cast for Shadow Priest or damage enemies for Discipline or Holy Priest. Alright. Oh, okay, then I see now. So Cascade, Divine Star, and Halo on instant cast for Shadow Priest, but don't heal people, or damage enemies for Discipline or Holy Priest. That's actually not bad. It's a pretty good change. I like that, especially since I'm leveling the Holy Priest for damage. Alright, Rogues. Wow, I'm getting tired talking. This is a long time to talk, I gotta say. Tricks of the Trade has no energy cost and no longer increases damage caused by a target by 15%. So it's just now made so that you put threat over to the other person. Assassin's Resolve no longer requires daggers to function. Alright, look at that, that's a pretty good change. Dispatch now can be used with fist weapons or one-handed swords, dealing 331 weapon damage instead of 480 when used with those weapons instead of a dagger. Right, so it allows you to still have those little more powerful weapons, except substitute some of the damage you can do. Mutilate can now be used with fist weapons or one-handed swords, dealing a little less damage. Again, same thing. Sinister Strike deals 188 weapon damage when used with a dagger instead of 130. Alright, so that's a pretty good buff actually. Not bad, not bad. Revealing Strike now deals 20% more damage but no longer advances Bandit's Guile. Seal Fate now grants a combo point for area attacks that critically strike the rogue's primary target. Alright, Honor Among Thieves can now be triggered by critical hits from rogues' melee auto attacks. Nice! That means rogues we should try to stack Grip possibly, or Haste, depending on which one increases attack speed. Crimson Tempest periodic damage now is rolling periodic behavior, meaning that remaining damage from the previous application is added to the newly applied periodic damage effect. Not bad, actually pretty good. Hemorrhage of periodic damage now has a rolling periodic behavior again. Awesome. Subterfuge now allows you to use abilities that require stealth for 3 seconds after leaving stealth instead of actually staying stealth for 3 seconds. Alright, so they get out of stealth but they can still use those abilities, which, I mean, I guess that's decent. I wouldn't know. I barely got to play Rogue much. Alright, Shaman. Shaman, I believe, they have a lot of changes. So let's go ahead and start analyzing them and reviewing them. Searing Totem, Searing Bolt damage increased by 65%. Nice. Earth Elementals deal 90% less auto attack damage. I guess that kind of makes sense. They're just supposed to be tanky. It doesn't matter how much damage they do. Primal Earth Elemental's Pulverize ability no longer deals damage. Whoa, okay then. Unleash Flame no longer deals direct damage, but now increases damage of the Shaman's next fire spell by 40%, up from 30. Not bad. Unleash Frost no longer deals direct damage, but now always snares the target by 70%, rather than only when the target is already snared by a frost spell. Not bad. Unleash Wind no longer deals direct damage, but now increases attack speed by 60%, up from 50. Not bad, not bad. I actually kind of like that. Lightning Bolt no longer castable when moving by default. Effects like Spirit Walker's Grace can make the spell castable while moving. Alright, so the Lightning Bolt while moving is taken away. That's a pretty serious nerf actually. Shamanism no longer reduces the cast time of Chain Lightning, but instead now increases the damage of Chain Lightning by 100%. That's actually not bad. I think that's a pretty good buff. It's like trying to stabilize itself, you know? Just stabilizing. Wind Shear no longer affects threat. Good. Wind Fury weapon no longer has a 3-second internal cooldown. Nice, nice. Alright, some Restoration Shaman stuff. Chain Heal now heals each chain target for 50% less than previous target. Unleash Life no longer increases the healing from heavy rain. It's kinda bad. Earth Living Weapon now increases healing down by 5% instead of increasing healing spell power by a flat amount. Not bad, not bad, it's actually pretty good. Healing Stream Totem. Mana cost has been reduced by 10% of base mana, and its healing has been reduced by 50. So reduced mana cost but reduced healing. Not exactly good. Glyph of Totemic Recall, now only increases the mana returned from recalling your totems by 25%, down from 75. I mean, I think in Warlord's Draenor we'll be able to recover mana a little faster, so it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Mana Tide Totem now increases Spirit of Allies by 50%, down from 200, which, I mean, kind of makes sense. While all the stat changes are going to happen, it's okay. Conductivity is no longer triggered by damaging spells for Restoration Shaman, or by healing spells for non-Restoration Shamans. So now, if you damage, you can only trigger it with damage, and if you heal, you can only trigger it with healing. I guess that kind of makes sense. Right, Warlock. Little simple stuff, not bad. Hellstone's cooldown will not reset until the player leaves combat. Not bad actually, not bad. Healing from this ability can no longer be a critical effect. It's not exactly good either. Demonic Gateway no longer has charges. Every party raid member can use them once every 90 seconds, up from 45 seconds. The maximum distance apart in a place is now 40 yards, up from 70. Okay, so they are reducing the utilities. Drain Life now heals for 30% less than before. Glyph of Drain Life now increases the healing of Drain Life by 100%. Nice, that's actually pretty good. So they nerfed the original healing, but then increase it through glyphs. Not bad. Shadowburn no longer generates any mana. Alright, seems like some pretty and some pretty little changes here and there. Warrior, however, is going to be a lot. Alright, let's go ahead and start with it. Recklessness now increases critical strike chance by 15% down from 30, and increases critical strike damage by 10% up from 10. Alright, so there's a slight nerf and a slight buff with how much critical strike damage is going to do overall. Alright, Shattering Throw no longer reduces the armor of the target. It only does damage and breaks immunities. Not bad, I actually kind of like that. It also no longer learn via any specialization, but instead through a new major glyph, Glyph of Shattering Throw. So the only way to learn Shattering Throw is through the glyph. Remember that. Heroic Throw now also has 6-second cooldown, but now has a 15-yard minimum range, not rage. I'm thinking that Heroic Throw is going to be a little more of damage spell as it goes, so that they can have some counter damage, range damage. So I can just toss a hammer and be like, ooh, toss a hammer, or an axe, something like that. Headlong Rush is a new passive ability for warriors, which haste reduces global cooldown at the cooldowns of Mortal Strike, Bloodthirst, Chill Slam, and Thunderclap. Same thing for Paladin, pretty much. So they're redding them up a little bit. Repose gives the warrior 100% to parry chance until they parry an attack. Same thing for Death Knights, then the same effect applies to them. Second Wind no longer directly heals the warrior while active. Instead, Second Wind grants a warrior 10% leech while active, which causes the warrior to heal for 10% of all damage and healing done by the warrior while active. That is actually not bad, that's actually pretty cool. Blade Storm is now level 90 talent, swapping places with Stormbolt. And Blade Storm no longer allows the user to shout while active. It does still allow the user to taunt, enrage regeneration, shield wall, and last stand. Alright. Stormbolt is now level 60 talent, swapping places with Blade Storm. Not bad. I'm okay with it, because I was completely okay with warriors using Blade Storm. But when Bloodstorm happened, when you started using Bloodthirst and Blade Storm, it slowed you down with Bloodstorm. It made you match the same speed, so you really couldn't really get away from warriors whenever they're doing Bloodstorm. You could always just sit there and take it. And it applied a ridiculous bleed, especially with arms warriors. That extra bleed that it added was ridiculous. It just like hit you for 40k or 50k. It's off the charts. I think it's a little unnecessary. But I'm okay with somebody like a warrior using a shockwave on me and then go Blade Storm, because I can trick the shockwave and then as a paladin use Hand of Freedom to just get away from anything, get away from any slows, or just run really. Most classes today have an ability to get away from stuff. And I mean, like rogues using dash, pharaohs using sprint, shadow priest or any kind of priest using the bubble or the feather to get away. I mean, it's kind of part of the game to just get away from stuff, and it's not really that hard. Bloodsorder's spell alert has moved to the top slot instead of the left or right slots. Alright, not bad. I'm okay with that, because you know the little indicator for when you're running out of Fury and you have those little left and right spots whenever you fighting people, instead of being left or right, it's on top now. Which is, I mean, it's an indicator of a way. Raging Blow now has a spell alert to the left and right slot, so Raging Blow now has the left and right. Which, I mean, it's kind of a more damaging spell, so it makes sense. Enrage now increases all damage up from only physical damage. Alright, not bad. So all damage overall, bleeds and all. Not bad actually. Mastery of Unshackled Fury for Fury now increases all damage up from physical damage. That is awesome. That means if I want to play Arms Warrior, I need to stack a lot of Mastery. That is really cool. Deep Wound lasts 15 seconds or until the target is healed to full health. Hell yeah, dude, that is awesome. So now Deep Wound, if a person heals, if somebody like heals, let's say I'm playing a red and I'm fighting a warrior, and the priest comes out and he's like, oh man, here you go, full heal, and then Deep Wound is gone because I've fully healed myself up. It makes sense, because if I'm bleeding and the healer fully heals me up, that means the bleed shouldn't be there. So that's awesome. Alright, let me know what your favorite changes. Let me know what you're thinking about these changes. Let me know if you'd like to know more about in detail about specific classes. I'll probably continue to cover more stuff about Red Paladin, especially Paladin in general, since I'm kind of specializing in this kind of stuff. But let me know if you liked the video, and have a great day. My name is Riel, and I'll see you later. Have a great day.